I'm back with your next class. In today's class, we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is pedigree analysis. So first of all, what is pedigree analysis? It's analysis of genetic disorder in human beings. Okay. See, genetic disorders, they occur due to mutations. And you very well know mutations can be of three types: gene mutation, chromosomal aberration, and of course there is genomatic mutation, right? But in pedigree analysis, we will be mainly analyzing certain kind of genetic disorders which occurs due to gene mutation. Because whenever a gene undergoes mutation, that is what is going to be inherited from the parent to the offspring in the according to Mendelian principle, or as per Mendelism, isn't it? So mainly, do remember, this is very important. In pedigree analysis, we analyze genetic disorders in human beings. But what kind of genetic disorders? Mainly those genetic disorders which happens or occurs in an individual due to gene mutation. Okay, not chromosomal aberration, not genomatic mutation, rather only gene mutation. Okay, and that's why those particular genetic disorders which occurs due to gene mutation, we also call them Mendelian disorders. Okay, because they will express themselves, or they will get inherited from parent to the offsprings according to Mendelian principles. All right, understood this? Fine. So now, what is pedigree analysis? So basically, pedigree analysis is all about analyzing genetic defects or disorders that runs in a family from over the generations, so that whenever there is an upcoming marriage that is going to be occurring in that kind, in any such families, the genetic counselors, they then analyze the genetic the family tree of that particular individual to understand what are the chances of a genetic defect that can be inherited from them to their upcoming generation. What is the chance that from them the upcoming progeny might inherit a genetic disorder that runs in the family? So such analysis prior to marriage would be very important, because such kind of genetic disorder, if an affected individual is born due to such kind of genetic disorder, that is going to be a lifelong suffering, isn't it? So that's why, to save themselves from all of that, genetic analysis is usually done, and that's what is referred as pedigree analysis. Is that clear? So see here, method of study of genetic disorder would be known as pedigree analysis. Genetic analysis of traits in a several of generations of a family is called pedigree analysis. It is useful for genetic counselors to advise intending couples about the possibility of having children with genetic defects like hemophilia, color blindness, phenylketonuria, sickle cell anemia, etc. All of these disorders we'll be discussing in details, and all of them, because we are going to analyze this kind of disorders in genetic, in pedigree analysis, do remember, all of these, they take place due to gene mutations. All right, remember the examples: hemophilia, color blindness, phenylketonuria, SCA means sickle cell anemia. All right, so then let us start our analysis pattern, or our discussion regarding pedigree. Before you learn about what pedigree is all about, or how to do pedigree analysis, you must first know about certain standard symbols that we use for pedigree analysis, and they are as follows. See, a family tree or pedigree is drawn. It's a diagrammatical representation using certain standard symbols as follows. If it is a square, okay, which has not been darkened, a square, a normal square, that refers to unaffected male. Okay, a male who does not have any disease or does not express the symptoms of a disease. Okay, then a circle refers to unaffected female. Likewise, a box like this would refer to sex unspecified. Sex has not been, or sex is not known. Likewise, if these boxes are darkened, dark boxes means affected individual, means they have been, or they are diseased. They express the symptoms of the disease. All right. Now, male and female. unaffected, and a line in between if you draw, that would means marriage. Okay, marriage is referred in pedigree analysis by this symbol. Likewise, if rather than one single line, if you make two lines, that would mean marriage between relatives. Such marriages are known as consanguineous marriage. Alright. Next, see here, this would be the male and female who married, and after their marriage they gave birth to 3 children and they are unaffected. Okay, so this is for parents and this would be for the children, and that too the children are going to be referred according to their order of birth. That means from left towards right. So first child that was born here was a son, then came a daughter, and then again a son. Okay, so parents above and children below. Next, see, parents with diseased male child. This is how, suppose in this particular symbol as well, if suppose this particular son, if I would have darkened this box, that would have meant that this parent, they have 3 children in the order of birth as per son, daughter and son, and the younger son has the genetic disorder. Alright, dark box means diseased progeny. Alright, and similar box like this, if I mark as 5 or 6 or whatever, that would mean, say here I have written 5, so that means 5 unaffected children. Alright, so these are some standard symbols that are going to be used in pedigree analysis. Now, keeping in mind these symbols, let us now further discuss about certain important facts related to pedigree. Only then you will be able to analyze pedigree charts. Alright, so first important thing is crisscross inheritance. Crisscross inheritance means basically it's about the X chromosome. And in X chromosome, it is a very, very unique characteristics that's associated only with the X chromosome, that X chromosome, when it passes from the parent to the progeny, it never passes on to the progeny of the same sex. That means father's X chromosome would never directly in the next generation would not go to the son, and mother's X chromosome would not go to the daughter. Rather, it would show some crisscross inheritance pattern. That means X chromosome of the father will always go to the daughters and X chromosome of the mother will always go to the son. Understood this? Fine. So this is what is called crisscross inheritance. Do remember this, it's going to be very useful for you to do pedigree analysis later on. Now, next is types of genetic disorders. Now, genetic disorders, they occur due to some kind of mutation, fine, but we can categorize them, okay, on 2 different bases. One is on the basis of chromosome, which chromosome is affected. You know very well human beings or any organism as such possesses 2 types of chromosomes, autosomes and allosomes, isn't it? Autosomes are going to control the bodily characteristics unspecified with sex, whereas the sex chromosomes are the allosomes. They are going to give rise to certain kind of characteristics associated with the sex that will help giving rise to the sex of the progeny, isn't it? So, in case, okay, first thing is genetic disorder is happening due to mutation. Now, if that mutation has occurred in an autosome, okay, like for example, in human beings, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes where 22 pairs are autosomes and the last pair, be it XX for female, XY for the male, that is the allosome, isn't it, or sex chromosome. So, if the mutation has occurred in the autosome due to which the genetic disorders has been caused, then we will call it autosomal disorder. And if the mutation has occurred in the sex chromosomes, alright, then we will call it sex-linked disorders. Now, sex-linked disorder can also be known as X-linked disorder as well. Why? That is because I have already told you we should consider here Y chromosome to be a null chromosome or void chromosome or empty chromosome. If Y chromosome does not have any genes, in that case any mutation occurring there and due to which a disorder occurring, that is not possible, isn't it? So that's why any kind of genetic disorder occurring due to a mutation occurring in the allosome will be directly associated with the X chromosome. Y has nothing to do with it because it does not have any genes after all, isn't it? So that's why sex-linked disorders can also be known as X-linked disorders because it is always associated with the X chromosome. Alright. Now, next is very important for you to understand. See here, on the basis of number of alleles affected. Now, I told you that here we are going to discuss all those genetic disorders that occurs due to gene mutation. That means a single gene is going to be associated here. And a single gene will have two alleles, isn't it? Now, suppose capital T, capital T. This means a particular, that means both the alleles are alright. Both the alleles are in their wild type. They have not undergone any mutation, isn't it? So it is going to be normal. In case it is like this, means one of the allele is mutated. So if one of the allele is mutated and already due to one allele being mutated, the genetic disorder already expresses, the genetic disorder already, that means the genetic disorder is caused by a single allele being mutated in the gene, then we will call it dominant disorder. Why? Because the disorder is being expressed in the dominant state. This is dominant state, isn't it? Recessive state is small t. This is of course heterozygous dominant state. So if a genetic disorder expresses itself, means with this one single allele being mutated itself, the person already is diseased. The person is already showing the symptoms of the disease. So that means the person is being diseased with the gene being in the dominant state. It is in that case we will call the genetic disorder to be dominant disorder. Alright. And sometimes a genetic disorder will only express itself when both the alleles are mutated. Okay, when both the alleles are mutated, that means the gene is now in the recessive state. So the genetic disorders which will be able to express itself only when both the alleles are mutated or when the gene is in the recessive state, we will call it recessive disorder. As simple as that. Understood? So in case of recessive disorder, if the gene is in this condition, then what will happen? In recessive disorder, the person can have a gene which has only a single allele mutated. What will happen in that case? Will the person be diseased or will the person express any symptoms of the disease? No. The person will not be diseased or will not show any symptoms of the disease, will act completely like a normal person, healthy person, but will be referred as a carrier. Because the person himself or herself is not diseased, fine, is going to have a complete healthy life, but then the person has the potential to carry the disease to the next generation. That's why we will refer such a person in case of recessive disorder to be a carrier. A carrier individual will not show any symptoms, will live a very healthy life, but has the potential to take the disease to the next generation. That's why we call him or her to be a carrier. Do remember that. Alright. So carrier individual is only possible in case of recessive disorders. Dominant disorders will not have any carrier. Why? Dominant disorder में एक allele के mutated होते ही already the person is showing the disease, symptoms of the disease. तो इसका मतलब यहाँ पे carrier होने का कोई possibility तो है ही नहीं. Isn't it? Understood this? Fine. So recessive disorder के लिए ये बात बहुत important है. Recessive disorder में एक gene के दो alleles अगर mutated हो, okay? Only then the disease will express itself. That means in the recessive state it will express itself. That's why we will call it recessive disorder. Or recessive disorder mein if the person is heterozygous, then that means the person will be a carrier. Okay? Understood this? Clear? अच्छा, तो अभी और एक important बात है. देखो, suppose this we are discussing here about X-linked recessive disorder. अच्छा, एक बात है, तो फिर इसका मतलब any kind of genetic disorder will be basically of then 4 types: autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, or else sex-linked dominant, sex-linked recessive. कोई भी जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर का एड्रेस वाइज वो ऑटोजोमल या एलोजोमल या फिर सेक्स लिंक्ड होगा ही, और वही जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर एज पर कितने एलील्स डिफेक्टेड है उस हिसाब से डोमिनेंट भी होगा, डोमिनेंट होगा या तो रिसेसिव होगा, है कि नहीं? तो इसका मतलब कोई भी जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर आप ले लो वो बोथ द कैटेगरीज में फॉल करेगा, है ना? सो दैट मीन्स अ जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर कैन बी आइदर ऑटोजोमल dominant or autosomal recessive, or else the genetic disorder will be sex-linked dominant or sex-linked recessive. Suppose if I say that a particular genetic disorder is X-linked recessive, इसका मतलब the genetic disorder is happening due to mutation in the X chromosome, and the genetic disorder expresses itself in the recessive state when both the alleles are mutated. Otherwise, it will not show the disease symptoms, rather the person will behave as a carrier. समझ में आया? Now come to this topic. We are here going to discuss about a very unique possibility in case of sex-linked recessive disorder. ओके, अब सेक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर में क्या होगा? देखो, द फीमेल हैज 2 X क्रोमोसोम्स, है ना, एंड द मेल हैव ओनली 1 X क्रोमोसोम. इसका मतलब सपोज देयर इज अ जीन A प्रेजेंट इन द फीमेल, तो इन द फीमेल जीन A के दोनों एलील्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, बोथ द एलील्स विल बी प्रेजेंट. So gene A will have 2 alleles in case of the human female. But what about male? Male में भी gene A तो present होगा ही. Suppose gene A is for eye color. It controls eye color. तो eye color का जो gene है human females में उसका 2 copies है because there are 2 X chromosomes. But in case of male there will be only 1 copy, क्योंकि Y में तो कोई जीन ही नहीं होता है. Y does not have anything, it is empty. So in that case, does that mean कि human male में eye color ही नहीं होगा? Obviously होगा, isn't it? So that means in case of human males, those of the genes which are present in the X chromosome, they will be able to express themselves with that single copy itself. ठीक है, ह्यूमन मेल्स में एक्स क्रोमोसोम में जो जो जीन्स है वो एक एक एलील्स रहते हुए भी एक्सप्रेस हो सकते हैं, पर फीमेल्स में उसका 2 कॉपीज होगा. समझ में आया? क्लियर? अभी देखो, अभी मैंने आपको बोला है कि सेक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर, ठीक है, तो रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर है, इसका मतलब इन केस ऑफ फीमेल अगर जेनोटाइप है कैपिटल ए स्मॉल ए, तो फिर what will you call the female? Will she show any symptoms of the disease? No. She will be a carrier of the disease, है ना? X-linked recessive disorder में females can act as a carrier if the female carries 1 single allele which is mutated. But males में तो एक ही allele है, दूसरा allele तो है ही नहीं, तो फिर either the allele will be capital A, तो इसका मतलब कैपिटल ए है तो मतलब द मेल इज कंप्लीटली हेल्दी, या फिर ये होगा स्मॉल ए, मतलब द पर्सन और द मेल विल बी डिजीज्ड, है ना? इज देयर एनी पॉसिबिलिटी दैट द ह्यूमन मेल कैन बी कैरियर इन केस ऑफ सेक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर? ह्यूमन मेल के पास कोई पॉसिबिलिटी है सेक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर में कैरियर होने का? नो. That's why sex-linked recessive disorders are always found mostly in the males. Population survey अगर आप करोगे तो आप देखोगे कि sex-linked recessive disorders ज़्यादातर males में पाए जाते हैं, females में नहीं, because the females can remain silently and live a healthy life being a carrier. पर कैरियर होने का पॉसिबिलिटी मेल्स में है ही नहीं, क्योंकि मेल्स डू नॉट हैव बोथ द एलील्स। तो इसीलिए ज़्यादातर जो सेक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर्स है वो ज़्यादातर मेल्स में पाया जाता है, नॉट इन द फीमेल्स। इज दैट क्लियर? This is a very, very important thing for you to understand. I hope all of you are clear about it. So with all of these facts and all of this important information, we can now start pedigree analysis. Okay, now see this problem or of pedigree analysis. Study the given pedigree chart and answer the questions. You're seeing here 3 generations, isn't it? Parental generation, where both mother and father are healthy, unaffected, but out of their 5 children, 1 son and 1 daughter are affected. Okay? Again, one unaffected daughter of theirs have got married to another unaffected male, and they also have 3 children, out of which the son is diseased. All right, this is the pedigree chart. This is what the pedigree chart is showing you. So now the question is, what you need to answer here is that, is the trait autosomal recessive? मतलब you know very well genetic disorder 4 टाइप के हो सकते हैं, autosomal dominant, या तो autosomal recessive, या तो sex linked dominant, या तो sex linked recessive. ठीक है, इन 4 पॉसिबिलिटीज में से क्वेश्चन में है कि इज इट ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव? क्या ये ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव ट्रेट है, या फिर जो जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर यहाँ पे पेडिग्री चार्ट में शो हो रहा है, क्या वो ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर है? और सेकेंड है कि गिव द जेनोटाइप्स ऑफ 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are marked with red. For this too you have to give the genotypes. अभी कैसे पता चलेगा? See, first of all, a very important clue is given in the pedigree chart itself. The more you will practice, the more such kind of clues will become clear to you. ठीक है? देखो, mother and father both are unaffected. They are not diseased. पर फिर भी the genetic disorder have been, inherited by their children, isn't it? अब genetic disorder obviously inherited हुआ है parents में से. अचानक तो आ नहीं सकता. It has to be there in the parents, but the parents are also healthy. They are not diseased. तो इसका मतलब क्या? इसका मतलब ये है कि the parents, they have to be a carriers. They are carriers. That's why they are silently living a healthy life. But they have transmitted the disease to the next generation. तो अगर carrier individual है parents, तो इसका मतलब एक बात तो क्लियर है कि ये डोमिनेंट डिसऑर्डर तो नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज यू नो वेरी वेल डोमिनेंट डिसऑर्डर्स में कैरियर होता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि एक एलील के म्यूटेटेड होते ही ऑलरेडी द पर्सन इज शोइंग डिजीज, इजंट इट? तो डोमिनेंट डिसऑर्डर तो ये हो नहीं सकता, तो ये रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर ही है ना, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स आर कैरियर्स, राइट? तो अगर ये एक रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर है तो इसका मतलब अभी 2 पॉसिबिलिटीज ही रह जाता है, either it is autosomal recessive or sex linked recessive. अभी कैसे चेक करोगे? Suppose I take the possibility that's given in the question whether it's autosomal recessive. Autosomal recessive होने से what should be the genotype of the father? से मैंने लिया कि फादर एंड मदर दोनों ही कैरियर है, ठीक है? ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर में आप चेक कर लेना, या फिर आपको ऐसे भी ये याद रखना है कि ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर्स में फादर एंड मदर का दोनों का ही कैरियर होना पड़ेगा. अगर दोनों में से सिर्फ एक कैरियर हुआ तो फिर द प्रोजेनी वोंट बी डिजीज्ड. बोथ मदर एंड फादर हैव टू बी कैरियर, ओनली देन द प्रोजेनी विल बी डिजीज्ड. ठीक है, मतलब फादर में से एक डिफेक्टिव एलील आएगा, मदर में से एक डिफेक्टिव एलील आएगा, दोनों डिफेक्टिव एलील आ गया तब जाके ना डिजीज प्रोजेनी फॉर्म होगा. तो इसका मतलब दोनों ही कैरियर होना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, तो अभी दोनों कैरियर है तो इसका मतलब इट्स ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव. तो ऑटोसोम में द डिफेक्टेड एलील इज प्रेजेंट, म्यूटेटेड एलील. तो फादर्स जेनोटाइप इज सपोज कैपिटल A small a plus XY and mothers will be capital A small a plus XX. So gametes that can be produced by the father would be of 4 types: A plus X, A plus Y, A plus X and A plus Y, है ना? And for the mother there will be 2 types of gametes, A plus X and A plus small a plus X. अब जब gametes पता है तो फिर क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to put it in pedigree chart. ठीक है? Pedigree chart में suppose here I am putting it for the male. Here for the female. ठीक है? तो what kind of progenies will be born? Capital A plus XX, capital A plus XY, that means healthy son and daughter, capital A small a plus XX, capital A small a plus XY, that means carriers. Carrier daughter and son can also be born. अभी हो गया small a plus capital A small a plus XX, capital A small a plus XY and small a plus XX, small a plus XY. So do remember these are the zygotic combinations. ठीक है? तो इसका मतलब every time mating occurs between the parents, any of the zygotes could have been formed. ठीक है? तो इसका मतलब ये अगर healthy है तो इसका genotype क्या हो सकता है? ये, isn't it? Healthy child भी born हो सकता है, carrier individuals का भी chance है born होने का, वैसे ही diseased son and diseased daughter produce होने का भी equal chances है. तो इसका मतलब of course our result is depicted in the diagram, depicted in the pedigree chart. तो इसका मतलब yes, it is a autosomal recessive disorder. ठीक है? पर फिर भी आपको ये भी चेक करना चाहिए कि X-linked recessive भी हो सकता था. ठीक है? हमारा आंसर हमको मिल गया है. पर लेट मी शो यू, अगर X-linked recessive होने का आपको चेक करना हो तो आप कैसे करोगे? अगर X-linked recessive आपको चेक करना है तो फिर आप कैसे करोगे? It's only about the X chromosome now. So father's genotype is XY, mother's will be XX. Here one of the X chromosomes allele is defected. Okay, I'm marking here as a dot. X dot X. So X dot is the defected allele. तो फिर क्या होगा? फादर तो कैरियर हो नहीं सकता, तो फादर इज कंप्लीटली नॉर्मल XY. तो XX, the progenies will be X dot X, XX, X dot Y और XY. तो सिर्फ यही पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकता है. जाइगोटिक कॉम्बिनेशंस कैन ओनली बी ऑफ 4 टाइप्स. तो इसमें हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि एक कैरियर डॉटर है, एक हेल्दी डॉटर है, एक डिजीज सन है और एक हेल्दी सन है. तो इसका मतलब इफ द जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर वुड हैव बीन X-linked recessive, तब तो सिर्फ सन ही अफेक्टेड हो सकता था. द डॉटर्स कैन नेवर बी अफेक्टेड. डॉटर या तो कैरियर होता या तो हेल्दी होता. पर यहाँ पर हम लोगों को क्या दिख रहा है कि द डॉटर इज ऑल्सो डिजीज्ड. तो इसका मतलब ऑब्वियसली ये X-linked recessive डिसऑर्डर नहीं है. समझ में आया? क्लियर है? जितना आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना ज्यादा क्लियर होता जाएगा. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि आप मगअप कर लोगे और आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. नो, यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस इट वेल. ओके, देन इट वुड बिकम वेरी वेरी इजी. देखो इसको कैसे एनालाइज किया. इसका मतलब हम लोगों ने पहले पेडिग्री एनालिसिस, पेडिग्री चार्ट देखते ही हमें समझ जाना चाहिए कि फादर एंड मदर बोथ आर हेल्दी बट दे हैव डिजीज चिल्ड्रन. तो इसका मतलब दे आर कैरियर, इजंट इट? और कैरियर कभी डोमिनेंट डिसऑर्डर्स में होता ही नहीं है. तो ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर. तो अगर ये रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर है तो फिर दो ही पॉसिबिलिटी है. आइदर इट इज ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव और X-linked recessive. X-linked recessive होने से father cannot be a carrier, तो father's genotype is XY. Mother can be a carrier, so X dot X. ऐसा अगर पॉसिबिलिटी है और तो कोई पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं हो सकता, तो यू सी दैट द zygotic combinations are as such कि सिर्फ सन ही डिजीज्ड हो सकता था, डॉटर्स कैनॉट बी. पर पेडिग्री चार्ट के हिसाब से एक डॉटर भी डिजीज्ड है, तो इसका मतलब ये एक्स-लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर तो है ही नहीं, तो क्या बचा? सिर्फ ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव. सो इन दैट केस इज द ट्रेट ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव? यस. ठीक है. और फाइनली गिव द जेनोटाइप्स ऑफ 1 and 2. 1 and 2 का जेनोटाइप्स आपको देना है. 1 का जेनोटाइप फिर क्या होगा? देखो, मदर एंड फादर फिर से इस जनरेशन में भी एक डिजीज चाइल्ड है, तो इसका मतलब क्या? बोथ मदर एंड फादर हैव टू बी कैरियर अगेन, है ना? दोनों कैरियर है, तब जाके ना फिर से एक डिजीज सन हैज बीन बोर्न. तो इसका मतलब फॉर 1 द जेनोटाइप इज capital A small a plus XY, and for 2 it is capital A small a plus XX. That is the genotype of 1 and 2. That's your answer. ठीक है, समझ में आया? ऐसे आपको पेडिग्री एनालिसिस करना पड़ेगा. पेडिग्री एनालिसिस का क्वेश्चंस इस टाइप का होगा. Let me show you another one. Okay. Now see this next question. Study the given pedigree chart and find the trait. अभी देखो, here the mother is affected and the parents have one diseased son and one diseased daughter. The diseased daughter is married to an unaffected male and has a diseased daughter again, but they have a healthy son as well, whose pedigree is completely clear of disease, isn't it? Is married to an unaffected female and they have 3 children, all are unaffected. Now the question is that here which of the option is going to be applicable. Now here what you need to find out is whether it's a X-linked dominant disorder or autosomal dominant disorder and X-linked dominant disorder, X-linked recessive or Y-linked recessive. अभी Y-linked तो हो ही नहीं सकता, तो one of the options at least you don't have to check. So let us check one by one each option. ठीक है, कैसे चेक करोगे? पहला वाला, फर्स्ट वन, एक्स-लिंक्ड डोमिनेंट. अगर ये एक्स-लिंक्ड डोमिनेंट डिसऑर्डर हुआ तो फिर व्हाट विल बी द जेनोटाइप ऑफ द मदर एंड फादर? द फादर इज हेल्दी. डोमिनेंट डिसऑर्डर में तो कैरियर हो ही नहीं सकता, so father is XY and the mother is like this, isn't it? One of the allele being mutated, already the person is showing the disease. That's what is dominant disorder all about. तो इसका मतलब what will be the zygotic combination? One diseased daughter and one diseased son is produced. So this is matching. They are having one diseased son and one diseased daughter, isn't it? तो ये possibility correct हो सकता है. But that doesn't mean you will not check the other possibilities. Other possibility क्या है? अभी ऑप्शन बी चेक करते हैं. ऑप्शन बी में X-linked dominant है कि नहीं ये तो चेक कर लिया हम लोगों ने. We have to check autosomal dominant है कि नहीं. Autosomal dominant होने से the father is AA plus XY, mother is AA plus XX, है ना? So now the gametes here will be A plus X and A plus Y. Here the gametes will be A plus X and A plus Y. Sorry, A plus X. Small a plus X. ठीक है? अब इसको पेडिग्री में डालने से क्या होगा? देखो, the zygotic combinations can be only of these 4 types. इसका मतलब यहाँ पर भी एक पॉसिबिलिटी है, देखो यहाँ पर भी जाइगोटिक कॉम्बिनेशंस में हेल्दी डॉटर हेल्दी सन का भी चांसेस है और डिजीज सन डिजीज डॉटर का भी चांस है। तो इसका मतलब ये ऑप्शन भी करेक्ट है। तो इसका मतलब बेसिकली दिस इज योर आंसर। ठीक है, अगर आपने ये चेक करके यही टिक मार्क कर दिया होता तो फिर यू वुड हैव बीन रॉन्ग। यू हैव टू चेक अदर पॉसिबिलिटीज इज वेल so that you can finally draw a correct conclusion. तो इस पर्टिकुलर MCQ में B ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट। पर अगर आपको देखना है कि एक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव होने से चेक करना अगर आप चाहते तो आपको क्या करना होता, सो सी दिस। ऑप्शन सी अगर आपको चेक करना होता तो एक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव डिसऑर्डर अगर इसको आप मानोगे तो फिर मेल कैनॉट बी एक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव में, तो मेल कैनॉट बी अ कैरियर, सो द मेल इज XY एंड द फीमेल इज डिजीज्ड, सो विल हैव बोथ द एलील्स म्यूटेटेड, सो X डॉट। ठीक है, तो व्हाट विल बी द जाइगोटिक पॉसिबिलिटीज, X.X see the daughters are carriers, only the son are diseased. ठीक है, पर यहाँ पे तो डिजीज डॉटर भी है तो फिर ये पॉसिबिलिटी तो हो ही नहीं सकता, और वाइलिंग रिसेसिव इज एनीवेज नॉट एप्लीकेबल, तो इसका मतलब योर आंसर इज बी। ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से आपको पेडिग्री एनालिसिस प्रैक्टिस करना है। आप जितना प्रैक्टिस करोगे द मोर इट विल बिकम क्लियर, इफ यू कीप इट विल नॉट बी क्लियर एट ऑल। प्रैक्टिस के ऊपर आपका डिपेंड करेगा। ठीक है, so this is all about our discussion regarding pedigree analysis. I hope all of you are clear about it. अगर थोड़ा बहुत कुछ डाउट्स रह भी गया है तो वीडियो को थोड़ा देखो रिपीटेडली ताकि आपको समझ में आ जाए। ठीक है, so that's all for today's class.